Hello, everyone. This is Andreas Pop Culture Guy. Today is the latest Andreas Pop Culture Perspective slash review, and this is on Jaws, the 1975 classic American thriller film or horror film directed by Steven Spielberg, stars Robert Shaw, Roy Scheider, and Richard Dreyfuss. And of course, as everyone know, happy 50th anniversary to this iconic classic shark film. 50 years, can't believe it. Premiered in June 20th of 1975. It's one of the most important and watershed moment in motion picture history. I mean, Jaws was the prototypical summer blockbuster start. It won several awards for its music and editing. It was the highest grossing film in history until the release of Star Wars 2 years later. Both films were pivotal in establishing the modern Hollywood blockbuster business model. In that, it pursued the studios to do high box office returns from the action, receiving high box office, returns from the action adventure movies they produced with the simple high concept premise they had, and released during the summer in thousands of theaters and advertised heavily in marketing. Now, this is a fantastic movie. What else you want me to say? I mean, it's one of the most important film of all time. But if anyone doesn't know about Jaws, well, let me tell you a very short and quick synopsis of Jaws. Jaws tells the story of a coastal town of Ebony Island, of the New England town, which suddenly and unexpectedly becomes a hunting grounds for a rogue white weight shark. Now, Chief Brody, played by Roy Scheider, wants to close down the beaches until further notice, but is opposed and every step of the way of the city councilors, particularly the mayor, played by Mary Hampton, who worries about the potential loss of money and tourist business that they receive for summer dollars during this time of 4th of July. Then, when the attacks continue, however, as protected as Brody is, he enlists with the help of the shark expert, marine biologist expert Hooper, played by Richard Dreyfuss, and of course the Grizzly boatsman, shark hunter Quint, played by Robert Shaw, to help him hunt down the giant predator in sea. Wow, the film has an the film has aged very well. The dynamics between Richard Dreyfuss, Roy Scheider, and Robert Schultz's relationship work so brilliantly. The difference in their characters' persona is such as they rub each other in the wrong way, disrespect one another, and wind each other up. In the end, they are each other and develop a bond. I think that surprises them the most. As things become to how you say unveiled, your heart goes out to the trio and pretty much. And the only way forward is to fight the shark together as one. They have to fight their lives on their hands, and their bravery is boundless. You feel the awe of them, and Jaws will forever be known for two things besides the cast. You got the director Steven Spielberg's unique, how you say, shark eye review, camera work, and pretty much building of suspense, which is incredible in this film. And then, of course, you got the music by John Williams. His score is fantastic. I mean, this guy has created the most iconic scores in cinema history. I mean, Star Wars, Superman, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, and Harry Potter, to name a few. His two-note attack motif that has become iconic as any piece of music ever created is probably one of the best music I ever heard in my life. I mean, perhaps those two aspects alone could have make be enough to make Jaws a iconic film, but who knows? But the fact is, this 1975 effort is about so much more than just suspense and slash horror. It's one of the most well-rounded and completed movies ever made. The first half of the Jaws takes place almost entirely on land, if you will, focus more on the politics of fear and the commands than anything supernatural or scary. If there are ever any doubts that either the material holds up, they can be easily put at rest after viewing the film through pandemic contest. I mean, substitute the global disease of COVID for mindless, unstoppable shark, and it as is relevant. It as relevant today as ever. Then you get the second half that I think many people remember more. I have to say, leans more towards the adventure sea chase. And it's spoiled by the ocean scenes that, despite being filmed 50 years ago, I mean, still do not seem old or outdated. And at least it's beautifully pitch perfect and massively cinematographically almost always holds up. Spielberg's behind camera decisions certainly do here as well. Is remarkable. Even then, though, in the midst of the brutal and thrilling chase, Spielberg has the time to stop the action for a touchy scene in which the tree man bond over her son and share their experience. And this is, of course, the iconic talk that Quinn talks about his experience in World War II of the U.S. Indianapolis sinking ship. Incredible scene, really spectacular. I think this could have been the the speech that give Robert Shaw an Oscar nomination. I mean, it's definitely Oscar material. In order to fully exhibit such depth of character, great acting is required and given here in space. I mean, Draws features a collection of unique characters that are always joy to revisit. As I mentioned before, the three leads are amazing. I mean, you got Shire as the Chief Brody, as the white why won't anyone listen to him? Less the viewers relate to his story, a much more personal aspect with his family, being part of the story as well. While you got Dreyfuss Hooper is insightful, hilarious, and provides some of the best dialogue of the whole movie, which I agree. But also you got Robert Shaw's character Quint, who is singularly iconic in this film. I mean, complex and perfectly within his you know purview as an actor. One of the best supporting character of all time. Perhaps the best, just wrapping up. Perhaps the greatest compliment I could give Draws is that every time I see it, I can't help but be swept away in all its winning aspects. Either it be drama, emotion, music, thrills, uh, adventure, visuals, acting, or just overall the heart of the piece. There is not a single scene wasted or underutilized. Steven Spielberg really delivered one of the best top 10 movies of all time in cinema history. I have absolutely no doubt it will remain just as important as the last 50 years, as those who were sitting in the theaters in 1975. So happy 50th anniversary Draws. And thank you everyone for listening to my respected slash review on the 1975 classic film Draws for this 50th anniversary. I'll be back soon for more respected slash review on movies. And meantime, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Ciao.